Hey guys, Ryan here. If you're looking to get more wins in Warzone, then I think this is the video for you. I have this extremely simple saying, which is stop waiting and start rotating. And I promise if you apply it to your game, you're going to see the results. If you guys enjoy this video, you guys don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe. I just want to say thank you for watching this video and let's get into it. We're going to start with the most important section, and that's going to be the end of the game. I know you just saw this clip in the intro, but I do think it's really important to explain my thought process and why it worked out so well for me. So currently there are two other squads alive, and we have the intel and knowledge that they're both below us on the bottom of prison, and that's why we're trying to maintain the high ground. However, once I see the circle pull over towards Grandma's house, I decide to rotate as early as possible, and I make sure not to wait on prison. The reason why I do this is because it's going to give me the key high ground, and it's just going to give me a power position, which is going to make these two kills on the last two squads extremely easy. They honestly had really no chance to win there, because even if they peaked that, how are they going to honestly win that gunfight? I am on a head glitch in the circle on a roof because I decided to rotate early and because I decided not to wait for the circle to push me. It all goes back to that saying I have, stop waiting, start rotating. Here is another prime example. There are two other squads alive right now. I was just bought back because Rebirth was disabled, and I'm going to have to win this game with really bad loot in comparison to my enemies. I'm not going to have my loadout. I'm not even going to have that good of guns. The best gun I'm going to have is this random AMAX I got from this guy. This is the key part to pay attention to. I noticed that everyone on the enemy team was on top of prison because of the bounty and because of the intel we had. So I decide to run ahead of everyone else. I pop a dead silence to cover my footsteps, and I call the precision to block the enemies. The reason why is so I could get the key position and I could win even if I had bad weapons. I didn't need good weapons. I didn't need my meta guns. I didn't need my perks. What I needed was good positioning, because that's going to trump everything else. And once again, the circle pulls to be on top of decon, and I do not wait. I instantly go into rotating, because once again, it just goes back to that saying, stop waiting and start rotating. Everyone on the other team was waiting to rotate. They took their time, they waited for the circle to push them, and look at what happens. They just end up dying to someone who had pretty bad guns, all things considered. So just to wrap up this first section about the end game, make sure you guys take advantage of things like your gas mask, take advantage of things like stims, of the PDS system, just whatever is going to allow you to get the better position on your enemies. The second thing is make sure you're identifying key cover to rotate to when you do decide to rotate early. And the last thing is just make sure you're rotating early. I really mean it. The person who rotates the earliest usually is the person who wins the game. Of course, there's going to be some exceptions, but that is something that holds true more often than not. So now we're going to talk about the second section, and that's going to be the middle game. And I'm not going to show you me doing that correctly. What I'm going to show you, and the reason why I have this clip up, is I am on a great game. I currently have 17 or 16 kills. I am frying. It is still 20 people left. We're currently right now in the middle of the game, and I am going to make a crucial mistake. I'm going to get too caught up chasing kills, and I'm going to get lost in not playing for the win, and I am going to wait to rotate, and I'm going to die because of it. I waited instead of rotating, and I paid the price. What you're going to notice here is I'm currently at the edge of circle in prison, and this is my mistake. Looking at the map right now, if you pay attention to it, it is currently more focused on control and down by 10s than it is up by where I'm at right now. Instead of trying to get good position early, I am going to play for kills because I know there's people in prison, because I know there's people in headquarters, and I am going to get lost in the sauce. It is going to end up costing me a great game, and this could have easily been a 30 bomb. It could have been a win with 30 kills, and instead, because I didn't rotate early, because I waited to rotate when the circle started pushing, when everyone else got good position, I lost us the game. It's not really necessarily all on me, but usually when I play, I end up being the IGL for my team because I'm usually the best player. And so therefore, when something like this happens, it really at the end of the day is going to be on me, because I'm the one who's usually pushing my team into new areas, and I'm the one who's constantly thinking about position. So when we die like this, it's on me as a player. As you're seeing, I'm just waiting in this building. I'm not doing anything. I'm not really getting kills. I'm not getting good position. I'm just waiting here. And then we get airstrike. The circle starts pushing us and we start getting pinched. Because when you wait, the circle starts pushing behind you. Enemies start pushing towards you. And you have to hope there's people not in key positions that are going to end up killing you. As you saw right there, I probably would have killed that guy if I didn't hit my map. But even if I would have survived and I would have killed that guy, I was almost certainly dead to the people on control. This was a situation that could have been entirely avoided if I would have just decided to rotate early. Instead of dying to the people on control, if I would have made a focused attempt to get to control, kill those people, and get control of control, unironically saying that, we would have probably easily won this game. I could have had probably 30 kills plus, and it would have been a great game. Now I'm going to move into the third and final section, and that's going to be focused on the start of the game. The clip in the background is not really relevant for the start of the game because there isn't really any good clip to showcase this. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they land, they get their loot, they get their loadout, they grab their loadout, and then they just hang out. They sit in almost the exact same area they grab their loadout, and they just sit and try and shoot people. They're not playing smartly for kills, and they're not playing that smart for the win either. They're just really not thinking. And in all honesty, I'm sure that applies to a lot of people who are watching this video. It is not a bad thing. You are not at fault. This is not an attack. But it is something I do notice. A lot of people just wait, and the circle kind of acts as their reminder to rotate. And that's something you really want to make sure you do not have as a habit. You want to be the one who's actively thinking of rotations. You don't want to have to wait for that beep, beep, beep. All right, that's a terrible beep rendition. But you don't want to have to wait for that beep of the circle pushing to be the thing that reminds you to rotate. You want to be the one who's always thinking about these rotations. I know that sounds cliche. I know that sounds way easier than it actually is in, reality. But I do mean it. I think what a lot of people do is they just have this wasted time. And that's why I always say, stop waiting and start rotating. This applies at the start of the game. This applies at the end of the game. This applies all the time. You need to stop waiting and you need to start rotating. You will start getting more wins, whether it's at the beginning, whether it's at the end, whether it's in the middle. It is a surefire way to get better positioning, and better positioning is the most important thing for wins. Aim and movement, that's what's going to get you a lot of kills. Good positioning and smart play, that's going to get you a lot of wins. Anyways, guys, it's been Ryan. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, you don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe. I just want to say thank you for watching it, and I hope you have a good day. Peace.